All right, let's get started. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Hindi University. Really excited to have all of you this Sunday. As you know, we meet each Sunday 8 a.m. US Pacific time to learn about the Hindi language. And for those of you who are new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Hindi University. If you're interested in joining the live interactive classes that we have every Sunday, you can find all the details on this page, which is tiny.cc/Hindi University. And if you missed any of the previous classes, you can catch up all the lectures and videos that we have, on this page as well as on the YouTube. You'll find all the details like to join the Zoom session that we have on a Sunday, every Sunday, as well as the practice session that we have on a regular basis. And as you know, lately we've been covering two books. First one is the Pingu Learns Hindi, which is the Hindi book for the beginners. And similarly, in parallel, we are doing the Advanced Hindi Grammar by Professor Ashu Ji. And if you need more information about both of these books, you can find on this page, tiny.cc/Hindi University. Okay, from Pingu Learns Hindi, typically the structure is the first half an hour I aim to cover for the beginner section, and the later half is for the intermediate advanced level. Last two classes were a little bit more focused on the advanced, but today I'll be covering some basics as well, okay? Which will be useful for even the advanced student, because they will get to brush up some of the concepts, and they will be challenged to remember all the things. So today our goal is that first half an hour we'll be covering Hindi verbs. So think of it as like a small quiz where I'll be showing you flashcards, and you have to recognize the action verbs in those flashcards, okay? And that'll be sort of a little bit more fun rather than just like me writing the English and then the Hindi of it, okay? And then the second half of the lecture will be covering the advanced postpositions, in which Ashu Ji in the book, she covers it quite well, but it only touches half a page, and we'll try to do some more exercises on advanced postposition, which is when postpositions in Hindi, they're used in sequence, what kind of sentences you can make, okay? So my goal is by the end of this class, you'll be able to master both the topics. With that in mind, as you all know, discussion is always good. So if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions. And that's the best way for us to make sure that everybody is coming along together, okay? So with that in mind, let's get started. I'll start with the verb review. So I'm going to erase this, okay? And I'll try to show you guys some flashcards. And this time I'm really going to ask the beginners first, not really, in terms of like, I just want to make sure that, some of you are, as you have acknowledged yourself, are beginner level. So I want to make sure at least you are well covered. Okay. So we'll start with the first flashcard. Okay. So this one is the first one. Look at the first image. Hopefully you can all see it well. I'm going to twist it out like this. And hopefully you can see. You have to recognize and tell me what's the action verb here. So yeah, I'm going to ask each of you, okay? So you can write it as well in the chat, which is a good thing for you to participate. Done? What do you think the action verb in this image is? If you don't know, huh? Okay, what do you think? What do you think that's happening in this flashcard? Reading, very good, right? Reading. So we do verbs in the infinitive form. To read is, let's see who can answer. Christine.
Can I try?
Yeah, go for it, Christine.
Padma?
Yeah, very good. I think yeah, very good. I think a lot of you have tried, so I'm going to just write it as Padna. Okay. Let's do the next one. All of you will get a chance, so that will be my goal. This one is the next one, and I'm going to ask. Let's see, Sunita ji, what do you think is happening in this image?
Likhna.
Very good. Right. To
write.
To write.
To write.
Very good. Likhna. Okay. Good. So I'm hopefully the pace is okay. I'm gonna go, slightly fast, but that just so that you can think faster. This is the next image. You get to, and all of you, if I'm not asking you, you can write it in Zoom chat. This one I'm gonna ask. Let's say Summer. What do you think is she doing? If you don't know Hindi, that's okay. But what do you see is happening?
Pakana.
Very
To
good.
cook.
To cook. Very good. Right. So you have to cook. To cook is pakana. And there's, in case if you see two activities, or if you can describe the action verb in two different ways, that's okay. You can share, multiple ways of saying the same thing as well. Maha, what do you think is happening in this one?
Betna.
Okay.
He's sitting. Betna.
Very good, right? To sit. To sit is baithna. And the reason I cover these verbs in the infinitive form, because it's easier for us to derive the form of the verb when they're ending with na. So most of the lectures you will be seeing, I'll be saying that, the verb is this, and now the verb is used either in present tense or past tense or future tense, or in other cases like in the imperative form. So we will conjugate it accordingly. We'll remove the na and we'll, change it, right? So that's why it's easier to remember the verbs in this manner, right? When they're ending with na. Okay, let's keep going. Now I have this one. Aneska ji, what do you think is happening in this one?
Sona.
Okay, to
sleep.
To sleep. Very good, right? To sleep.
And I'm gonna take a leap at sapna.
Okay.
Is that dream?
That's right. Sapna is a dream. Yeah, it's not a verb, but yeah, it's a dream. Yeah.
Oh, it's not a. It's a dream. It's a noun.
It's a noun. Yeah. Next one is this one. Manohari ji, what do you think is happening?
Dekhna.
Very good, right? So
Watching.
To watch.
To watch.
Dekhna. And in this case, if the person is watching TV, it would be
Watching TV.
To watch TV.
See.
So TV dekhna basically, right?
TV dekhna. Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Let's keep going. I hope this one is slightly better than like us going over just the English and the Hindi version. Okay, so let's do some more here. So you will see a transaction, and I'm gonna ask Masramji, what do you think is happening in this one?
Ritna.
So the person is at a shop.
He's buying. Karitna.
Very good. Okay, I didn't hear you before. So to buy, very good. To buy is louder.
Karitna.
Khareedna. Very good. Okay, khareedna. Awesome. So I'm going to erase it. I hope all of you were able to write it down so far.
Ashu, let me ask a question.
Yeah, please go for it.
This is helping me remember. You were talking about the let me do. So this is connecting to. So it would be the sonado. These are the same words. So this is connecting to the other.
Yes. So once you, yeah. So this is sort of like, this is sort of a foundation for all the other Hindi constructs you'll be learning. So like khareedne do, sone do, or main khareed raha hu, or maine khareeda. Like, so think of it as like a brush up of all the verbs. If you don't know the verbs, it'll be hard for you to formulate the other sentences, right? So that's why we are doing the brush up so that we can have coverage for beginners as well. Okay. Yeah, so give me 1 minute. This one, what do you think is happening in this one? I'm going to ask Nandini ji.
I guess is he laughing or is he screaming? I'm not sure what he's doing.
Probably screaming or crying. Crying.
Right? Chilana?
Chillana, okay. To scream is? So I'm going to write it like this. So it's chill, lana. What if it is, if the person is crying? Nandini ji, you.
Rona.
Rona, very good, right? Rona.
Rona.
Yeah, awesome. Rona. So we got that one. Now let's do next one, which is, do we have Radhika ji today? Okay, I don't see her. It's okay. Let's see. Sumit, what do you think is happening in this one?
Chalana.
Very good. Chalana is
To go or to walk or to drive.
to drive. Very good, right? Chalana. And
You
because
use this for like all modes of transportation.
That's
like
right.
Bikes as well.
Right. So this person is driving a car. So you will
Gari.
say gadi chalana. Very good, right? If it is, airplane, that is like Hawai Jahaj chalana. Okay. But you're right for all the transportation. But in this case, he is driving. If it is chalna, the subtle change is, in this case you have chalana. But the chalna is basically when you are walking, right? The chalna. Next one is this one. Suvilaiji, what do you think is happening in this one?
Laughing?
Okay.
That's a hasna.
Hasna, okay, to laugh. Okay, awesome. I'll change it. And now, let's see, in this one, we have some more, and that way, we can finish. So, Tisina ji?
Sunna?
Sunana, to
listen.
To listen, very good. Sunana. Okay, all of them ending with na. Okay, now let's see this one. What are they doing? Tyler ji?
Batna.
Okay.
To speak.
Yes, to gossip or to talk. So because, okay, to gossip or to talk, what do you think we have to use? What is to do? Tyler ji?
To do is karna.
Okay.
So,
Because,
baat kar.
very good. To? So it is basically baat karna.
Baat karna.
Okay, and typically when you talk, you just not talk, so you'll end up using plural. So baatein karna, right? Baatein karna, and in Roman Agri you will have baatein karna, but you're right, baat karna. Okay, hopefully this is clear. I'm gonna pick up some pace so that you guys are again thinking fast with me. Okay, and let's see. I think Sharmila ji, what do you think?
Is it Charna?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, very good. So Chartana is to
climb.
to climb. Chartana, and this person is climbing.
Ladder, but see.
So stairs, right? So stairs, right? So CD Chartana, right? CD Chartana.
Right.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah, no worries. And this one also, why don't you finish it, Sharmila ji?
Nachna.
Very good. Nachna is to?
Dance.
Very good. To dance, yes. Nachna. Okay. Let's do some more. This one, Christina ji?
Urna.
Urna. And this one?
Dena.
Very good, right? So both of them, the first one is to fly is udna, and the next one you said is to give.
To give.
Very good, right? To give is dena. And this, in this image, they're giving gift, so it is
Upar dena.
upahar dena. Very good, right? Upahar dena or gift dena. You can, if you don't know the word for gift, but it's
Tofa.
tofa dena. Very good, right? Tofa dena or upahar dena. Right? That's it. Let's see. Let's see, Sharon Ji, what do you think?
Hang on, it takes me a second to unmute. Singing, Ghana.
Okay, very good. And this one?
Swimming. I do not remember. Swim terna, maybe?
Very good, right? Very good. Both of them you're right. So the first one is to sing. To sing is Ghana. And then you have to swim. It's Terna. Okay, awesome. We have one more, and then that will sort of your brush up. And my ask to all the beginner is to memorize all of these verbs. Basically, these should be just like the way most of you are saying it. They should be on your on your tips. You should just remember these at any moment, right? Next one is this one. Aniska ji, what do you think is happening? I can bring it.
Pina.
Okay, awesome. And this one?
Kana.
Very good, right? So I'm going to erase it. So you said to drink is pina, and you said to eat is khana. Okay. In case if some of you I didn't get a chance to talk to you, you let me know. I'm gonna make sure that you are you're being asked this question. So this one, let's say Tom, if you're still there, you can unmute yourself and tell this one.
Udna.
Okay, very good. So what is it? To
Kudna.
Kudna. Okay, and what are they doing? Jump, right? So jump is kudna. Okay, awesome. Tom, you want to unmute yourself? I don't know if you're still there.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am, Ashu Ji.
Okay, what are they doing?
I'm gonna guess Bolna because I can't see the picture very well.
Okay,
Bolna to speak.
So they are playing. So the playing is to play is
To play.
K.
Is it Jonah?
No, K. Kale.
Kelna.
Very good.
Kelna.
Kelna, right? Very good. Kelna. To play is Kelna. And because they're playing chess or something like that, it's chess Kelna. I think they're playing something else.
Yes,
now.
sir.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. So I have two more, and then we can call the brush up of the verbs. Okay. Let's see. We have. If I didn't get a chance to. Okay, JD, what do you think is happening in this one?
Running, Dorna.
Dorna. And this one?
Walking, Chona.
Very good, right? So to run is Dorna, and to walk is Chalna. Okay? Awesome. So this is, as I said, it's like the foundations for you to make a sense of other Hindi construct that you'll be learning in the subsequent classes. But as I said, when you're just getting started, these are some of the most basic, verbs. and you need to know all of them. You need to memorize all of them. Okay, with that in mind, we'll switch the gears. So my homework exercise for all of you is like, just remember as many Hindi verbs as you can. Okay, if flashcard helps you, go with the flashcards. If you already remember it, try to learn 5 new verbs. That's the best way for you to challenge yourself. Okay, now we'll switch gears and we'll talk about the any questions, anyone, by the way? You can unmute yourself and ask the question. Hopefully that was straightforward, right? Because this is more of a memorization and recognizing what's happening. Now we'll do the postposition in sequence. Postpositions in sequence. Anyone recall any examples of postposition in sequence? We just did very briefly, we covered it in the previous class. Any idea? Okay, Nandini ji, you remember some of it?
Well, I've traveled, so I just lost all my notes.
No
Is
worries.
it like the K-Pass and is that it, or was it more than that? I can't
Okay,
remember.
it's somewhat related. So typically, I give you a hint. Okay, typically when we learn about postpositions, we say मैं, right? मैं. So for example, Delhi में is, or Delhi में is in Delhi, right? Or in the movie theater में. And when you say, or it's written like this, say is from, like, if you say Delhi mein, or Delhi se, let's say, like from Delhi, right? So when we learn about postpositions, we learn in isolation that मैं is in and say is from. But what if both of them are combined together? So that's why, so there are cases where, you can have...
Like would say, you said.
Yeah, very good, right? You have मैं and say. And along with that, you can have this pronoun. So मैं, so if it is मैं and say, then it's मुझसे. Okay? But what if you have 2 of them? What is मैं plus मैं? One is pronoun, one is postposition.
मुझ में.
Okay, and then add this one also.
मुझ में से.
Very good, right? And typically it will not make sense, but it will make sense with hum. So you have hum plus में plus से. It would be
हमें से.
very good. Hum में से. And what does it mean? What do you think it means, Mahaji? Hum में से.
From within us.
Okay.
From us, or
From.
between us.
From us. Okay, from us. Okay, so the basic theory is typically postpositions are used in isolations, like you use them along with your nouns and pronouns. But there are cases where you use more than one postposition. And that's why, this topic, Rusha Jain, she covers it separately, that postposition in sequence. In the prior few classes, we covered postpositions with destinations. Okay, and she categorized all the advanced use cases of postpositions when you are meeting physically you're going to a physical place, or you're meeting someone, but now in this one, it's cases where you have multiple postpositions together. Okay, so I'll try with simple cases and we'll make some examples from it. Bear with me if it is initially hard for you, but I'll make it very easy. Okay, so as you guys know, the demonstrative pronoun like yeh, veh, ye and ve. I'll do the examples with these. The homework exercise for you is, if you can do it with demonstrative pronoun, you can do it with other cases as well. Okay, so you have yeh, and along with that you have I'm gonna just write it in the Romanagari. Me plus se. Okay. And similarly, veh, we have me and then se. You have ye, me plus se, and same thing you have ve, is me plus se. Okay. I'm gonna ask some of you to tell me slowly how it works. Okay. So I'm gonna let's say. Manohari ji, you want to try this one? What is yeh? What is yeh in Hindi? If you need more time, that's completely okay. Nandini ji, what do you?
I'm sorry, I didn't unmute. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, go for it. Go for it. Yeh is
This.
very good. Yes.
This.
And when you have yeh along with me, what is the? Oh, yeah. What do you think? Just this part.
Isme.
Isme. Okay.
Isme.
Why did you use is? Tell us what's happening here when you have this pronoun with the postposition.
I don't know.
You just know it. Basically, it's good. It's
Yeah.
fair. What's happening is the pronoun changes its form when there is a postposition and it changes into an oblique case. Okay.
Oblique case.
So yeh becomes is. Okay.
Yes.
And then, as you said, isme.
Isme.
And then, if you have say,
Isme se.
very good, isme se.
Isme se.
Isme se. And what does it mean?
Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I this?
In this, yes, in this.
In this. In this.
Okay, so we'll do some examples, but I want to just write it down first, okay?
Okay.
But I want you guys to remember this part, like isme se is in this. Okay, and now let's do this one. Done, you have a template in front of you. Now you have to just follow exact same pattern. What is veh? Huh?
Okay.
Very good, that. So veh plus me is?
Usme se.
Very good, usme se. And what does it mean?
In that.
In that, okay. In that. And we'll do examples of all of these and we'll use them in sentences. But right now, very good. Okay. Let's do Mastaramji. You want to tell us this one? What is ye?
Those.
Ye is
Those. ISME SE.
very good, right? So yeh is isme se. Yeh is this. And ye is
UNME SE.
okay. So I think you are going to the next one. Do this one. It's similar to this one.
INME SE.
Very good, right? So okay, so ye is these, okay, and then ye becomes in, and if you just add me, it's in me, and if you add se also, it becomes INME SE, and it means, Master Ramji, what do you think it means?
In these or
Okay, among these, yes,
among these.
among these. Okay, JD, do you get the last one? Ve is
Those.
very good, and it becomes
UNME SE.
very good, UNME SE. And what does it mean?
Ashu Ji, I have a question.
Yeah,
Why would they use the say on the end there? Why not just unme, inme, usme, isme?
yeah, that's a good question, because we are covering the advanced usage of postposition. When you have two postpositions are used in sequence along with the pronoun. Okay, so there are definitely cases where you use yeh, isse, where you can use isse or isme, okay, which we have covered in the past. Now we are covering the use cases where you have all of them are combined together, me and se. That's why you are using them together. So the sentences will be covering, and I'll try to give you contrast also, like what a sentence will look with just may, using may with the yeh, and just using say with yeh. And but that's the topic basically. That's why you're using both of them.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Among those. Okay. Any other questions, anyone? Before we jump into the exercises or the the sentences. Good so far? Okay. Vidya ji, good to see you. How are you doing? I missed you.
नमस्ते नमस्ते
Were you traveling or something?
क्या
क्या आप travel कर रही थी?
नहीं नहीं नहीं
अच्छा अच्छा. Good to have you. Okay. So I hope it makes sense. You know, I didn't know you were. You know, you probably joined slightly late, but now I know that you are there. I'm gonna ask you. Okay. So you've seen this one, the first one. Yeh plus me plus se, right? Isme se. Now let's say, Vidya ji, you have a sentence, or you are thinking something, and you want to say, in this hospital. How will you say?
इस अस्पताल में
Okay, is अस्पताल में. Okay, so you have is hospital में, right? Is so now basically इसमें से, okay. Now you have to use, let's say also. So far so good, right? Now let's say you want to make a sentence. You want to make a sentence where you have like say also within this structure. Can you think of a simple sentence where you use say also in this one?
इस अस्पताल में एक चुन लो.
Okay, so that's basically you're among these hospitals. Okay, I think your thought process is good. Now you are just thinking for singular. Okay.
इस पर
Why don't I?
इसमें
Yeah. Why don't I start with something different? Because plural, I think let's make a better sense. So stay with me. So you have yeh, vah, ye, and me. Let me start with ye because it will make better sense. Okay. So let's say I want to give you a task of you have INME SE among these. Okay. So let's say you come to my place and I offer you different options to eat. Okay, and I ask you first of all, what do you like? How will I ask you in Hindi? What do you like?
आपको इनमें से क्या क्या चाहिए.
Okay, awesome. So first, what do you like? I think you went one step ahead of me. So what do you like is आपको.
इनमें से क्या चाहिए.
Okay, so
या
आपको.
कुछ चाहिए.
Yes. So आपको क्या पसंद है?
Oh, sorry.
So that's one. First one is what do you like? आपको क्या पसंद है? Okay. Now, if I want to give you an option, what do you like? As you were saying, among these, what do you like? And as I give you a variety of items among these, it would be, as you were saying, it would.
आपको इनमें से क्या पसंद है.
Very good.
क्या
You can say it any however you want. आपको इनमें से क्या क्या पसंद है और क्या चाहिए. That part, you know, you can play with that, right? I mean, but the bottom line is आपको इनमें से क्या पसंद है. Okay, among these, what do you like? Okay. It probably still sinking in, so I'll try to give more examples. Okay. Okay. I'm going to erase this one. I hope you were able to write it down. Okay. So what do you like among these kids? I mean, among these things. Okay. So now the next one is, let's say you go to, you're talking to someone, and I'm going to ask you, Maha, this one. So let's say you go to talk to someone and you see a lot of kids playing in that area. You are in a playground. Okay. And you want to ask someone, which kid is yours among these? You ask the person you are speaking with, which kid is yours among these? So there are a lot of kids playing, and you want to ask them something like this. First, let's start with this one. First, start with this one. Which kid is yours? How will you ask this one?
कौन बच्चा आपका है?
Okay. So which kid is yours is आपका बच्चा. That is your kid, right? आपका
हाँ,
बच्चा.
आपका कौन है?
Okay. कौन, and because it's you use it with sa in this case, कौन सा है. Okay. आपका बच्चा कौन सा है. Okay. Who is like आपका बच्चा कौन है, right? I mean, but आपका बच्चा कौन सा है. Now you fit in among these, then it will become
इनमें से आपका बच्चा कौन सा है?
very good. इनमें से आपका बच्चा कौन सा है. This is a little bit longer sentence, but any questions so far, anyone? It may be harder, but I want to still see if, give me a quick thumbs up, thumbs down if it is too hard, or okay. Okay, Vidya ji, thumbs up, but let's see. Manori ji, hard, easy? You can be honest.
A little bit hard.
It's
a
hard?
little bit hard.
Okay, it's hard. Okay, that's fine. Let's do some more example. Okay.
जी, why we use कौन सा instead of कौन?
That's a good one. Who would like to answer that one? If
It's not who, it's which.
yeah, right. Which kid, right? Which car or which bus? You will say कौन सी bus. Like which bus goes to San Francisco? San Francisco कौन सी bus जाती है, right? And similarly, which tree is the tallest? कौन सा, right? And you are really going by bus because it's feminine. You're saying कौन सी bus. Paid because it's masculine. कौन सा paid. Okay. Relatives, like, you know, which relatives, like कौन से रिश्तेदार, because it's masculine plural, it's कौन से रिश्तेदार. Maha, make sense or?
Yes, I understood it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, which kid? Awesome. So let's do some more examples. I want to, you know, ask,
Ashu Ji?
yeah.
If you move आपका बच्चा before INME se, does the sentence change? Like you have to change आपका बच्चा?
आपका बच्चा कौन सा है? Just like this versus this.
No, if you just move the two words आपका बच्चा to the beginning of the sentence.
आपका बच्चा इनमें से कौन सा है? So
Yeah.
basically say this one first, number one, and then this, number two, and then this.
Yeah, do you have to change आपका and बच्चा to आपके and बच्चे? Or
So if it is multiple kids, आपके बच्चे इनमें से कौन से हैं? If you know you suspect, so I understood there is 2-3 things you're asking. One is, if I change the order, would it change the meaning of it? No, you can still say आपका बच्चा इनमें से कौन सा है. That's number one. You can change the order. Number two is, you know, if you were to use आपके, if it is आपके, then you know you will say बच्चे. Okay, plural. Your kids. right? I mean, right now we said which kid, so we are assuming one kid. But if you want to say which kids are yours among these, आपके बच्चे इनमें से कौन से हैं? But if you're asking something else, we can. I'm happy to.
Yeah, the INME SE doesn't function as a postposition, does it?
So
If you move it out.
So let me erase it. Maybe I'll understand your question better. So INME SE, you're saying how is it working as a postposition? If I were to write like this, आपका बच्चा.
Or does it become one? Yeah.
आपका बच्चा इनमें से कौन सा है? You're saying it's like it's coming after this versus before this. If it is before, how is it a postposition? Did I understand your question correctly?
Yeah, does that like the second time you wrote the sentence, does it make आपका बच्चा oblique now? Do you have to change it?
Okay, I see your question. So no, not really. Not really. It will not change it to oblique case. I think I understand your question. Like, if the question was आपका बच्चा, आपका बच्चा plus में plus something else, then आपके बच्चे में, like let's say you're saying your kid has a lot of qualities. आपके बच्चे में बहुत qualities हैं. In that case, you're right that because of this may, you ka and बच्चे becomes the oblique case. आपके बच्चे में बहुत quality है. Okay, but the purpose here is and it's a good question, like why we don't have
Ashu Ji, I also have the same question. Why can't it be आपको बच्चों इनमें से? Because if you say इनमें से is a postposition, should it not, if you put the आपका बच्चा before the इनमें से, should we say आपके बच्चों इनमें से कौन से हैं? Something like that.
You can say that, right? आपके if I
If
write,
there's more than one child, that's what you do.
that's right. If this is more than
But
one
the
child,
इनमें से, does it change the बच्चे to बच्चों is the question.
no, that will not change.
Okay, thank you.
But his question is a little bit interesting, right? He's like, this one is fine. Like, आपका बच्चा इनमें से कौन सा है? One kid, right? आपका बच्चा. In this one, आपके बच्चे इनमें से कौन से हैं? Like more than one kid. But his question is interesting. It's like, why are we not changing into oblique case even for one kid?
Yes.
You see what his question is? It's a very interesting question, actually.
Yes, I do. Because it's an oblique form. I mean, normally we would change to oblique.
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
right.
When there's supposed to be-
That's right. Anyone would like to look into it? Or can they have immediate thought of it? That's a very interesting one. I had to look into it. As to what's happening, and why it's not changing its form.
Yeah, no, that's no problem. I was just trying to think colloquially as I've heard it. I don't really remember which way I've heard it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think the grammatically wise, this is correct for one kid. For multiple kids, it's definitely this is also correct. Okay. Let's see some more example, but I'll look into it. Okay, this is a very good one. I'll look into it. Yeah. Let's see some more example for among these. Can you guys think of some more examples for among these? Typically, even in English also, like, when you're making a sentence, you say among these and then something. So I think you can start with that. Maybe this will help you. INME SE, and then let's see. Nandini ji, you want to make a simple sentence? INME SE?
इनमें से कौन सा हॉस्पिटल, कौन सा होटल अच्छा है?
इनमें से कौन सा होटल अच्छा है? Okay, होटल अच्छा है.
I mean, you need something before that, but
Yeah. Is that what you're saying? इनमें से कौन सा होटल अच्छा है?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
From among these, which is it?
Okay, among these, which hotel is good? Okay, awesome. Anyone else? Sunita ji, you want to give this one a try? Okay.
कौन सा घर अच्छा है?
इनमें से
कौन सा घर अच्छा है?
घर,
Yeah.
like house.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's same pattern. कौन सा घर अच्छा है? Same thing basically. You are changing the hotel घर. So that's one template. Okay. Okay. Any other template you guys can think of? If not, I'm gonna try to write some bigger sentences and then I'm gonna ask you to deconstruct it. Okay. So if anything comes to your mind, please share it. You can unmute it. If not, let's try to look at this is INME SE. Okay. I'm gonna do UNME SE as well, and then so let's say you have a sentence like this. So typically in the, this is what I found. एक स्कूल में, this is what you have. एक स्कूल में 2800 बच्चे हैं. एक स्कूल में 2800 बच्चे हैं. उनमें से 980 लड़कियां है. Okay, so this is like let's say they are giving you a math problem. Okay, and this is what I really took it from a elementary school math problem, and this was the problem. एक स्कूल में 2800 बच्चे हैं, उनमें से 980 लड़कियां हैं. Okay, then they'll ask you तो कितने लड़के हैं. Okay, so this is really like from Hindi we are shifting to a small math class. Okay, what do you think is being asked here? And all of you, I give you some time. You have a minute to think about it and write it down. Okay. तो is this one, the keyword. तो बताओ कितने लड़के, स्कूल में कितने लड़के हैं. This is the simple math problem. Okay, I hope it's tough, but it's still reasonable enough. Tyler, what do you think is happening in this one?
I think you're saying that within the school there's 2,800 children, and then from within among those there's 980 girls, and so speak how many boys there are.
Okay, awesome. This is amazing. So let's try to एक स्कूल में 2,800 बच्चे हैं in a school. So एक स्कूल में it's basically in a school. Okay, 2,800 there are. I'm gonna just write it as it is so that way you can make sense. There are 2,800 children. Any questions on this one, on this part? And don't be shy. If you have a question, most likely others will have a question as well. So far, so good? Suvilai, the first one is clear, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Now let's do this. UNME SE. Okay, so now let's do the second one. UNME SE, among those 980 लड़कियां हैं. There are, among those there are 980 girls. Okay, now to batao. So tell. So this is sort of imperative, like batao, jao, khao. Remember, like when we were changing the ending of the word with the imperative form, like batao, chalo, socho, when you're asking someone, right? So in this one, the question is really asking you, like, so please tell, or so tell, kitne ladke hain? How many boys are there? Okay, any questions on this one? Hard, easy? Let's see, Manori ji, what do you think? Is it still hard or this one is easy?
No, it is hard.
It's hard? Okay, which part? So please tell me honestly, which part is hard?
I mean, the whole, the grammar, advanced grammar, it's a little hard for me.
Okay.
I understood when you do it, but to put it in Hindi words, I think that's what.
Okay, so...
To say it in Hindi.
Okay, so help me here if you can, right? So let's say you were given this part. Forget about this part. I erase this for you right now. And I hope you didn't write it down so you will not look into it. Let's say this was the problem given to you. How will you say in a school? Okay. Just this part.
In school.
School
से.
In is
school में.
Okay.
School में.
One is
एक
school.
Oh, एक school में.
Okay.
Okay.
There are 2,800 children.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I understand. Okay.
No, it's okay. Let's do it because I'm sure other people have the same question. There are 2,800 children. एक school में. What is children?
एक school में. बच्चे
2,800 बच्चे and then
there
हैं, right?
है.
Okay. Now let's do this one. Among those
इनमें से
those
उनमें से
उनमें से there are 980 girls.
980 लड़कियां. लड़कियां हैं.
Very good. Okay, so tell.
So पत्ता.
Okay, so to tell is.
Oh, पत्ता you said.
तो बताइए. बताइए is fine. बताइए. How many boys are there?
कितने लड़कियां, लड़का, कितने लड़कों.
And then.
हैं.
Very good.
कितने लड़के.
So which part is hard?
No, you put it on.
Huh?
Yeah.
You tell me which part is hard. Like you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you are going through it.
Right. So I think it's I think when we look at it, is it together, then it probably overwhelms us, right? But like when you do it one thing at a time, it's not that bad. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do this one.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, right? I mean, so yeah. Any questions?
Hey, Ashu Ji.
Yeah.
Could we view this as, is this literally like saying from within? So like from within those, or like from within me, or from within her, or from within?
That's right. From within these or those, or mujhme se, right? I mean, or unme se, right? You can, yes, it is like that. It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was struggling with, the among those, among these, that made sense, but I was kind of struggling with the concept of like the mujme, but thinking of it from within me, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. I think it makes sense among these, among those when you have demonstrative pronoun, but when you have like main, aap, hum, then it's hard. Like among me, what does it mean?
Right. Okay, thank you.
Right. So why don't we have one more of this? I think this was better because there was a proper context here. So I'm going to write down one more. Amritesh probably left, but he would have loved this example. But let's say this one is Bihar mein. And I want all of you to practice with me, okay? As I'm writing it, think about that you are really reading this text from a book or from someone who's speaking it. Bihar mein kai भाषाएं बोली जाती है. उनमें से उनमें से एक है मगही. Okay, I hope all of you are able to read it, and I want all of you to think about, if you read it somewhere, what does it mean? Okay, and you can write it in chat or you can write it in your notes. Okay, and this time I'm gonna ask Kelly ji, she briefly joined, she probably left. Okay, no problem. Mastaram ji, I want to ask you, what do you think it's happening here? Bihar mein, read it first slowly.
बिहार में कई भाषाएं बोली जाती है. उनमें से एक है मगही.
Magahi, okay.
Magahi.
It's a language. So
अच्छा.
Magahi. What's happening in this sentence? What is it? Bihar mein?
That's in Bihar.
Okay.
The state of Bihar.
It's a state of Bihar. It's a state in India. Okay. I'm gonna just write it down. Yeah.
Many languages, a few languages,
okay,
are being spoken.
Okay, many. So it's a passive sentence. So many languages are spoken. So this one is a little bit advanced, but you know it. Remember, boli jati hai, are spoken, right? मैं बोलता हूँ. It's I speak. Something is spoken is बोली जाती है. Okay, so कई is many. Okay, भाषा is a language. भाषा is plural. Many languages. Many languages बोली जाती है, are spoken. Okay, many languages are spoken. If this part is bothering you, the passive voice, we have some videos previously on that, but let's keep going. Next, yeah, what is the next one?
UNME SE Magahi.
Okay, what is it?
So, among them is one language, Magahi.
Okay, among them, there is a language, basically called Magahi. What do you think the author is trying to write here?
In Bihar, there's lots of languages, and one of them is Magahi.
Yeah, so potentially the author wants to talk about this language Magahi, and he's trying to set up the context that in the state of Bihar there are many languages, but among them there is one called Magahi. So perhaps the rest of the essay is about, or write-up is about Magahi, or the news article is about Magahi, right? So think about in your, so it gives you a context of how you can use INME SE. Like you set up a stage for something, and then you can say INME SE, like the same thing I said, like, aap mere ghar pe aaye, I made a lot of food, okay? I presented a lot of food, and then I was like, INME SE aapko kya pasand hai? Right, so there's definitely something is happening before, and then I'm asking you subsequently INME SE. Okay, I'll do one more. We are slightly over time, but we want to make sure we can cover it, and at least, if not through the direct translation, at least through context, you are able to understand. So I read the interview of a celebrity, and she said in her interview, मैं उनमें से हूँ. This one is harder, okay? So don't give up, okay? मैं उनमें से हूँ जो, because there are many concepts here. जो अपने सपने, there is your word underneath का, ये सपने को पूरा करने के लिए, जो अपने सपनों को पूरा करने के लिए दिन रात मेहनत करते हैं. दिन रात मेहनत करते हैं. Okay, it's very hard. but if you break it down, it'll be easier. Okay, and we will do that. Okay, let's see. Aneska ji, if you were to simply say I work day and night, how will you say that? I just simply sentence I work. Let's say
मैं दिन रात करती हूँ.
मेहनत करती हूँ, right? If you work day, if it is simply I work is मैं काम करती हूँ. Okay, I work day and night. मैं दिन रात मेहनत
काम करती हूँ.
Yeah, right. So दिन रात मेहनत करते हैं. What do you think it means?
मेहनत is work hard, right?
मेहनत is
It's-
that's right. मेहनत is very good. Right? So
Yeah.
मेहनत is work.
So day and night, they work hard.
Okay. Day and night. दिन रात is day and night. Day and night. मेहनत is hard work. करते हैं. करना is to do.
They
hard.
work hard.
Okay.
They work hard.
They work hard. Okay. So basically, जो दिन रात मेहनत करते हैं. What does it? This part means जो दिन रात मेहनत करते हैं.
It's a correlative. So it's as I've forgotten what Joe is now.
Okay, it's no worries. You're on the right track. Okay, so we'll combine everything together. Okay, so far, day and night they work hard. दिन रात मेहनत करते हैं. Now let's do second part. Suvilai.
So their dreams
Okay.
are what is it pura there?
Yes. Ko pura.
Pura karne ke liye. So their own dreams. Ko pura. Oh my God, karne ke liye. So they have old dreams, or is pura? No, it's not pura.
It's okay. It's okay.
Is it old dreams or for their dreams or something like that? Kili is for.
For their dreams. Okay. So to basically पूरा करना is to complete.
Oh, I see.
To complete or to fulfill.
Oh, okay.
To fulfill what?
Their own dreams.
Right? To fulfill their own dreams. Okay? To fulfill is पूरा करना. It could be सपनों को पूरा करना. अपने I'm gonna just plural. सपनों को पूरा करना. Okay? सपना is singular, सपनों is plural. But सपने is plural, but because of को it's oblique case. सपनों को पूरा करना. Okay? Now के लिए is for. For. Okay?
I see.
Right? So to fulfill their own dreams. Okay? Let's just do the last part. Okay? So hang in there. Okay? So why don't you finish it then? मैं.
So मैं is I.
What is just I am?
I am, yeah. मैं हूँ.
Very good. मैं हूँ.
And then that this was really throwing me among the UNME SE is usually among those,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Those. So I am among those whose dreams are, I don't know.
Okay. So you are.
Among those people whose dreams I work for, or they work for day and night, something like that.
Okay. So I am among those people who work.
Who fulfill their dreams with hard work or something, day and night.
Who work day and night.
Day and night.
To fulfill
their dreams.
That's right. So this is a very hard one, right? Because there are multiple.
That's a beautiful sentence, by the way.
So you can just memorize it as it is, right? I mean, it's a very inspiring
Exactly.
one, right? I mean,
Thank you.
Yeah. So I know.
That was really hard. Thank you.
Yeah.
Guruji, I think Kangana Ranaut said this.
Oh really?
this
Okay. I don't even know.
Yes.
So
In interview, yes.
Okay. So I just thought for a class it will be useful because it's a very hard one, right? Because multiple things are there. Anyone, be honest. And I can tell that, it's definitely harder one, but who wants to do it one more time just so that, it's basically cover it. Tisina ji, how was it for you?
I should translate it again? Or?
No, but how was it? Was it okay or was it easy to follow, hard to follow? How was it?
Yeah, it's okay. This one is a tricky sentence.
Tricky one. Okay, let's do it one more time. Okay. If you were to be given this one, I am among those. Forget about this part. I am among those people. I am is
मैं हूँ
okay. Among those people.
उस लोगों में से
मैं उन लोगों में से हूँ. Okay, I just put an extra word because now we are doing it the reverse exercise. मैं उन लोगों में से हूँ who works day and night. How about this?
Yeah.
Who works day people, right? So who work day and night. Actually, they works. How about this? Who works day and night? जो
दिन रात मेहनत खाते हैं.
Very good. जो दिन रात मेहनत करते हैं. You could simply say that I am among those people who works day and night. मैं उन लोगों में से हूँ जो दिन रात मेहनत करते हैं. But because this is an interview, the person has to say more, right? So that's why she said to fulfill their. I'm going to make it harder later on, but let's do this one. To fulfill their dreams. जो दिन रात मेहनत करते हैं, their dream is
अपने सपने.
Okay, अपने सपने, and then to fulfill
I forgot that one.
Okay, so पूरा करना. Okay, अपने सपनों, and then there is a को there, right? So अपने सपनों को पूरा. Oh, sorry.
खाने के लिए.
Very good. पूरा करने, because there is a के लिए, करना becomes कर लिए. Okay. अपने सपनों को पूरा करने के लिए. Okay. So if it is harder, this second part, you can just stick with this first part. मैं उन लोगों में से हूँ जो दिन रात मेहनत करते हैं. Easier, simpler. Okay. But if you want to go one step further, अपने सपनों को पूरा करने के लिए दिन रात मेहनत करते हैं. I know we are slightly over time, so I'm going to stop the broadcast. And I hope this